Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. And so for today's video, since today is a Tuesday, I want to just go over just a quick bit about the Democratic National Convention, also known as the DNC, that is happening this week, and then the Republican GOP convention next week. I also want to just talk about the actual election of Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., who was VP pick. He decided Kamala Devi Harris, and they together, so Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, are versing in the presidential election Donald John Trump and Michael Richard Pence. So together we get the Biden and Harris versus Trump and Pence election coming this November 3rd on Tuesday. Make sure you vote. If you are not registered to vote, please register to vote. This is going to be one of the biggest in history. It's one of the most important. This pretty much decides the future of our country. But anyways, I'm not going to go into people's political stances. I'm just going to give you the I'm going to give you the cold, hard facts. And I'm just going to let you decide how you want to vote. And how you vote. I'm not going to take a political side. I'm just going to give you the facts. So like I said, tonight is night number 2 of the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, DNC. And on Thursday when it ends, Joe Biden will have his acceptance speech that he will be giving. So once he gives that acceptance speech, he is officially the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party. So, with that being said, on Friday's video is a political video. It'll be the pros and cons of Joe Biden. So you're gonna learn some of his good things, some of his bad things. All right. And then with that, the following week, we have the Democratic Convention. So on Tuesday, every Tuesday and Friday for the next 3 Tuesdays and Fridays are going to be informative videos and special videos that I think you should be aware of for the presidential election. So we have today's video where we're going to go over the Electoral College. And then we have on Friday the pros and cons of Joe Biden. On next Tuesday, on the 25th, we're doing the pros and cons of Kamala Harris. On Friday, since that is the next Friday, on the 28th, since that is the end of the Republican National Convention and Donald Trump will accept his nomination, we'll do the pros and cons of Donald Trump. And then we'll do on the following Thursday, on the on September 1st, we'll do the pros and cons of VP Mike Pence. And then on Friday, we'll wrap up all this presidential stuff with just an overview. You need to make sure you register to vote and things like that. But, like I said, today we are discussing the Electoral College. Now, Electoral College are located to each state and to the Washington, D.C. It's based on population. So, California, one of the biggest states in the country, has the most amount of popular states compared to, say, Delaware. That's a very small state and only counts as 3. Now, that's where people are like, but then I don't need to vote because what's the point in voting? My count doesn't matter because they're not taking the popular vote. They're taking the electoral vote. If you don't know, the popular vote is your own vote, your specific vote. But if they're taking the electoral vote, then people are like, there's no point in voting. But here's the thing. Of course there is. You need to vote whether your whether your state is known for being Democratic or whether your state is known for being Republican. You need to get out and vote. We need to come together and vote and elect our U.S. official as Joe Biden or keep our president as Donald Trump. But as you see here, in total, all of these numbers added up gets you 538. In order to win the U.S. presidential election, you need 270 electoral votes. So, there are many ways you can get that. It all depends. Now, there are some states that are known for voting Democrat, usually most years, and there are some states, of course, that are known for voting Republican each year. And I want to just show you that in 3, 2, 1, and here we are. So, as you see here, the majority, you have all Democrats that most of the time vote Democrat. You see that in dark blue, right? You see that in dark blue. And then, of course, you see the people that vote for Republican are in red. Now, you would then have some light blues, and some Republican. You have some Republican red. That is where you never know what the state is going to vote for. Some years it may vote for the Democratic nominee for 3 full elections, and then vote for Republican for 5 elections. So in that case, they'd be leaning towards Republican, and then they vice versa for the Democrats. But so there are what are called swing states, and yeah, that's a better image. And if we look at what swing states are, that's Florida, North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Vermont, not Vermont, New Hampshire, Wisconsin, Michigan, no, not Michigan, Wisconsin, Colorado, New Mexico, places like that, where they usually completely vary every single year. 1 year it'll be Democrat, the other will be Republican. Then 2 years Democrats, but then 2 years Republican. So it's very close to call beforehand. So those are called swing states, or also known as battleground states. No, so with that in mind, that always since that most nominees and candidates know that they're gonna get these states, like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris this year, they know that they're gonna get the states. They're gonna try to work on campaigning and trying to get the other states that are battlegrounds, like everyone wants to try to win Florida, because Florida has a lot, I mean, of course they can take others, but Florida has a lot because it's big in population, right? So you have the Electoral College, and then you have that. So every year those are the battleground states. So you may hear that on the news, or your parents say that Florida is a battleground state, and how both presidential nominees are trying to fight to win the electoral votes for that city, right? And so this year it varies, but that's why polls, when they say, oh, the latest polls, Joe Biden is leading, or oh, in the latest polls, Trump is leading by 3% in a certain state. Oh, in Florida, Trump is winning by 3%. That means that they surveyed Floridians, and most Floridians said they would vote for Trump. Now, as it progresses and as it goes on, of course, that can change. The polls are projection and a little bit of a foreshadowing of what it will look like. Yeah, it seems like actually I want to talk about this too. The U.S. presidential approval ratings, and the U.S. presidential job approval ratings were introduced in the late 1930s by George Gallup to gauge public support for the President of the United States during their term. So, if Biden gets elected, he will have that. But it seems like when Joe Biden was vice president, he was given a 60% approval rating. And then Trump right now, as we are filming this now, let me look. Now Donald Trump's job approval rating is 42%. It's been scattered. The average is 40%. His highest approval rating to date is 49%. So things like that. So this election, as you know, is really important. So like I said, I'm not going to be political and say vote for him and vote for him and vote for that and vote yada. But you can either keep America great again, or you could build for the soul of this nation, or whatever the Biden campaign is. Trump's is just easier to remember. So, but that is it. Also, if you like this, I may upload or create, a presidential or political channel where I discuss things like the Senate, the House, political issues, things like that. If you would like that, make sure you smash that like button down below. Your support is always greatly appreciated. You guys are the best. I hope you were informed by this. So now, as you know, like I said, tonight is night number 2. Let's talk actually more about the convention. So, if you didn't know, the DNC is a series of presidential nominating conventions. They're held every 4 years, and that's been happening since 1832. So it's been going on for a while. And it's held by the U.S. Democratic Party. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House for the Democratic Party. And the primary goal is to officially nominate a candidate for president and vice president, and pledged delegates from all 50 states unify together. Also places like Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. And they attend the convention and they cast their vote to choose the party's presidential candidate. Now, everyone says Biden is the presumptive Democratic nominee because no one else is running against him. He's running on the Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders dropped out, Kamala Harris dropped out, Amy Klobuchar dropped out, everything like that. But, so that's what the DC convention is. We're going to talk a little bit more on the pros and cons of Joe Biden on Friday. If you would like to donate or show your support for either presidential nominee, you can go to the links in the description below and make sure you vote. Also, go to the link in the description below to make sure that you are registered to vote. Like I said, this is one of the biggest elections in history. Go to joebiden.com. But this is one of the biggest in history, and it's very important that you get out there and vote. I thank you all for your support, you guys. I want to just make sure that you're all well informed about current issues that are coming up. But like I said, if you like this, give it a thumbs up. If we get a lot of views and likes, I will create a political channel and we can post there. We can talk about specific congressmen or representatives. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all tomorrow for tomorrow's video. I'll see you on Friday for another political video. Peace!